So, are we gonna do both English and Chinese? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, hello. We're back again. So, it's the old whole morning and they have the half of the afternoon. It was me alone talking, talking poorly. I know I get all you guys boring, alright? So I bring Bella here. So this is beautiful young lady. We're gonna have a conversation to, just ease myself and trying to get my stress back. I'm a little bit stressed out and really tired of that night. So let's just talk about the life we have here. Just talk with a small topic. What did you do last night?
What?
What did you do last night?
Last night.
你昨天做什么事儿？
你昨天上班呀？玩儿？
是啊。
也没什么，没什么事嘛，就在玩手机。
Yeah, it's ain't like everybody. We just we work every day and we use our phones. It's kind of boring, right? But we've been here for many years. Cultures. What kind of app are you using? Are you using to talk to your friends or something? Using WeChat, QQ, anything?
WeChat.
Mainly?
And QQ, but I prefer QQ.
去包邮。
这有人听到吗？
All right. I think our guest again a little bit shy this time. We'll just give her a time. She'll get used to it. I'm sorry.
有人吗？那里面有人吗？
现在没有。
你在哪能看到？
那个右上角有一个，对，
这是左上角。
左上角。Yes, it's actually very unprofessional. Just stop it. We're like two dumb people. Come on.
Oh.
Just give it a rest. Yeah, earlier starts with Chinese and I'm gonna translate to English because I think she couldn't fully understand what I'm talking about. Well, if anyone can hear us, just give it a shout. We appreciate it. It's very far away, so it's very hard for me to look at the screen and see what you say. But I will try my best. I will take my glass on. You see, let's just have a Chinese conversation yet, all right? 那你是南通人吗？不对，你是四川的。
四川呀。
对，那你是什么时候到这里
？4年前。
我是3年前的。
你不是常州吗？那不也在江苏吗？
对，是，坐车3个小时就到了。
3个小时，我得30个小时，火车的话。
你是坐火车来的？你是坐飞机啊？
飞机可不，那也得看时候吧。
Yeah, you see, we're not like local, like we're not native to this place. She's from Sichuan and I'm from Jiangsu. My hometown was actually a little bit closer than hers. So my hometown is from, I just says 3 hour car travel. That's me. She gotta take like 30 hours on a train or something. I asked her if why don't you take planes to do that? Why don't you take planes?
Planes?
Yeah. Planes? Expensive?
Yes.
You stop playing with the fucking ball.
No. You'll game over. Okay.
Alright, so I'm sorry. I just couldn't help it. Come on. All right, let's licensing up. I'm trying to control this. You see, we've been here for a while. I don't really know about foreigners' life. I don't know what's they really need. Do you know what they need actually?
What they need.
Yeah, do they need anything? You see, let's just pretend that I'm American. No, well, Canadian. Since I'm from another country, I have a plan to travel to China.
Mm.
Or if I got lucky, maybe I can get a job in here. You know what I'm saying? So before I came to China, what kind of things I should prepare in your opinion? I mean, you see, I talked about this. I said my perspective in the last two videos, which pretty which came out pretty lousy. But hey, I give my opinions. Now I want to hear yours.
But I don't know your opinion, so.
You don't have to know my opinion. You just
We need to know each other, okay?
yeah. You just do your part. You just give me your opinion, and let's compare it and mix it and give them a full list. All right? Just say up something. Yeah. All right. All right. So this is another way. All right. If you plan to travel to another country, what will you prepare for it? What kind of subject? What things you gonna prepare for?
First of all, I will take my stuffs, my old stuffs. And
Old stuffs?
yeah,
What is an old stuff? Clothes?
yes,
That's package, right?
yeah.
All right.
And then I need to know the culture about the country,
You know
about the foreign country.
Yeah. So you need to know the culture about the country.
Mm-hmm.
So what you gonna do, like to know, the culture?
I can search on the internet and
You can search from the internet.
yeah.
So preparation you're gonna do is search for the foreigner culture on the internet
Mm-hmm.
and get a package. I think that's it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
Well, that's very clearly. Yeah. Yeah. My opinion is you need a very good translation app because you don't. Yeah, because you don't speak local languages. 我说你需要一个好的翻译软件，因为你不会说那边的话，对不对？
那你不定现在基本上国家都是讲英文吧
？Not exactly. Not. She said that not all the country that speak English. All right. Come on, we both live in China. Does a normal Chinese person gotta speak English? It doesn't make any sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't even speak English very clearly.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't either. So.
You're right.
Don't leave this conversation to my own. I can't do it. I have blown 3 of them just today. My throat is almost died. All right, just give me something. Come on.
Let's talk about the movies.
All right, talk about the movies.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what is the last movie you saw?
The last movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying just in the theater. I mean, on the laptop, anything that counts.
Oh, The Green Book.
The Green Book.
Yes.
Oh, Green Book. The best picture winner this year. Best.
It was the Oscar, right?
Yeah, it was Oscar. I loved it very well as well. Do you like it? The Green Book. It was based on a true story, actually. I don't really know. Yeah, they said it was based on a true story, and then Don Sherry's family, the black guy, the black guy's character, his real family just came out and complete against it. Says this movie was a fake, the friendship had never happened. But to me, think World War is a it's a very good movie, don't you think? I mean, it was Oscar after, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Just how do you feel when you after you watching that film?
It was feel.
身高了，本来就不。I think she should get a louder voice in case you guys couldn't hear her clearly. What do you think? What do you think? Oh. Yeah, I know currently no one's watching this, but somebody will. Somebody will in the future. You never know, right?
Yes, I think it's awesome because they have the courage to face some difficult problems.
Difficult.
Mm. Uh,
你要是用英文不会说，你也可以讲中文没事。
我也不知道说啥。
Alright, so
我也没有什么观后感，就觉得。
yeah, let's see. Green Book to me,
嗯
I think it's a like a purity movie about friendship. So it tells very simple stories. There's no complicated or confusing storylines in it. It's just from the beginning to the end. It just simply a white man and black man to travel around downtown in America, doing shows all over the place. And during the journey, their friendship just keep growing as they understand each other. So the difficult part to make a movie like this. I mean, even though you look at the story, it's not a complicated story. I still gotta say that this is a movie. It's really hard to make because you read the script. You read the script. How can you transform this emotional stuff, like make it very smoothly? It's very difficult actually, because if you roll something to a rush, then the emotion transformation is not. It's gonna be very tough and very hard, and make people feel not confessing enough. So I think this is a very hard part to make a movie like that. And of course, as a movie talking about racist, no, talking about race and basically how they treat black guys back then in South America. It has this funny parts from time to time. So I think it's very enjoyable to watch this movie. I mean, to me. Alright. You don't understand anything I say, right?
I understand.
Alright.
Okay, we can talk about some Chinese movie because we can compare the difference between Chinese and the foreign.
Alright. So Chinese movies. Last year there's this pretty incredible Chinese movies, but I had to get this English name because I couldn't remember. So let's put on my phone and check it.
It is directed by Wu Jin.
No, that movie was terrible.
What?
That was terrible. The movie talking about. She was talking about the. All right, let's just talk about the movies that I said. I saw. Just wait a minute. All right. Dying to Survive. Yeah, it's a movie about. This is a movie about. Someone has deadly ill, and this guy he's carrying this fake medicine. They call it a fake medicine, but it actually works. That's a real medicine from India, and they moved into China illegally, and they saved a lot of lives. But of course he got caught and thrown into jail. This movie, just hearing me saying this, you might not like feeling have this feeling how it really is. But when you actually saw it, you're gonna be very moved. Have you seen that movie? 我不是药神。You like it?
Yes.
Well, this is actually，我觉得这部电影它其实是中国第一次去做一种有点像现实题材的这么一种。
这是一个，它不就是说是一个真实故事吗？
是不，它是真实故事改编的。
对的。
It's based on a true story, but it's not a total true story because the leading character, the main character, in the real life, he actually got that kind of ill. But in the movie, he was like a normal, healthy person. The first motion, the motivation he did it at the beginning was for the money. So, more dramatic to show it in the movie. So it's not like a total true story. It was based on a true story. 我都觉得这个电影它其实它有一个，它其实是中国这么多年来很少就拍出一个现实题材的这么一个电影。
对的，比较感人吧。
感人是一方面，我觉得它现实的因素其实也很重要，说句实在话。因为很多年来中国做的电影其实就很基本的几个类型，就是爱情电影或者是就要不然就是恐怖片，恐怖片做的不好，那要不然呢就是像一些动作片做的其实也很不好看，这倒是一个。
喜剧比较多。对，
喜剧做的其实也不好看，就很多中国的喜剧做的其实也不好看。
有周星驰的。
不，周星驰那个是他，我觉得他是广告费接的太多了。
广告费。
整体观感其实还 OK， 我觉得还可以。I think the biggest problems in Chinese, why Dungeons and Dragons is so important. I think it's a very important movie in Chinese movie history because it's being realistic. For many years, Chinese movies always just losing touch with real life. So this movie had a very important position in Chinese movie history, I think. That's how it is. But comparison to other countries' movies, we still left behind from all these Hollywood things and the movies in Korea, North Korea specifically. North Korea? South Korea? I don't really know which side, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not talking about, we have distance in this kind of sense. When you know movies like this, come on, just don't let the silence control the conversation. It's getting awkward.
So you might find some interesting topic.
I cannot. If I can find any interesting topic, you will not be here.
Why?
Yeah, because if I did a pretty good job, she would not ask you to be here. The reason why you were here is because I'm running out of topic. It's getting weird. Maybe someday we should get Taya here. Then she can talk about this in all the time.
You can make a video.
No.
Let's talk about some.
No. You are, how old are you then? How old are you?
Oh, it's a secret.
No, I need to know that because it's.
No, I don't want to tell you.
All right, you're 35 years old, so you've been through.
18.
No, you're 35.
No.
You're definitely not 18. Don't lie to anybody. Look at her. Come on. You're 35, just like me. All right, I've been in primary school for 10 years. You never know. Anyway, so I believe you've been traveling around, right? You're not like living in the hometown all through your life, right? you definitely be traveling to different places, right?
Mm,
So where have you where have you been for
like, uh, are you talking about working or the travel?
traveling? Yeah, just enjoy the
Oh.
enjoy the holidays. Since I'm not talking about business trip.
Like Shanghai. It's
Shanghai.
not far from here.
Yeah,
And
just Shanghai.
Guangzhou, Shenzhen.
Yeah, Guangzhou,
Mm.
Shenzhen. Yeah, that's which one of them is your favorite?
Favorite?
Yeah.
Hometown.
Your hometown.
Sichuan.
Why is that?
Because you feel.
All right, let's put it this way. If there's a foreigner friend here, let's say Robin or Emily here, the beautiful foreigner teachers that we have in here. One day they ask you, I'm going to travel to somewhere. They ask for your suggestions. Where would you tell them?
I think Sichuan is a
声音高一点儿，他们肯定听不见。
city jet.
以后如果有人看的话，那声音可能很小。
见到吗？
是差不多了。Just give me some reasons because you can do something with that reason.
I think Sichuan is a good place.
Why?
Because the scenery,
Scenery?
yeah, like
什么意
the
思？
风景,
Oh, sir.
like the air is fresh.
Air
Because
is fresh.
Yeah,
Alright.
because there are
But on
a
the
lot
other
of
hand-
trees.
But on the other hand, we can go to a forest and we can always
Usually just in China.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I never been to
Yeah.
foreign countries. Like the mountains.
Mountains.
Uh,
How about the food?
oh, food. The spicy food is very famous because you know Sichuan.
Yeah,
Sichuan.
it's wet and it's wet like
Not
water,
exactly,
somehow.
just some place.
Wet and cold. That's how it is.
Cold.
Yeah.
Jiangsu is more colder than Sichuan.
No, see, Jiangsu's cold is, I think it's kind of different from Sichuan's cold.
Sichuan is warmer.
Warmer? So
Yeah.
why the hell you all eating spicy food?
Because just the weather is nothing. The weather, okay.
It definitely means something. I mean, if you living like a dentist.
What?
Dentist. Dessert.
The weather.
Desert. Oh, desert. Yeah. I've been losing up. You know, I had a terrible night last night. Just forgive me for that. If you live in a desert, you're not eating spicy food at all. Come on.
No, not all the Sichuan people like spicy. Some like the desserts.
All right.
too,
So the specialties that Sichuan's food have is because it's spicy and it has different spicy ways from other food in the country. Is that what you're trying to say?
In terms of what?
It's very hard to judge. 我是问你，就是四川的食物，它到底仅仅是因为它是辣的，所以它就和与众不同吗？还是有什么别的特色？
别的地方。
对。
不懂。
Alright, so I guess it's my turn. I've been traveling since I was 8. I went to Hainan, Shanghai, Beijing, Qingdao, and where? And I guess I have never been to Shenzhen, but I want to be there someday. I guess that's basically. Oh, I've been to Yellow Mountains before. Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
I
I
haven't
climbed
gone
it.
there.
I climbed it for real. It actually
Oh.
5 hours to climb it.
What?
Yeah, I climbed to the top of it.
So
and-
where did you live? Just sleep on the mountain?
No. We began to climb at 4 or maybe 5 a.m. And it took 5 hours to climb. We actually started to climb at the middle of the mountain. Because if you started at the bottom of it, it took you a whole day just to climb on it because the road is very rough and it's very dangerous.
But how did you get to the middle?
Yes, there's my God, I keep, all these important moments, I just keep forgetting words. I can't do this anymore. I guess I can't.
Did you see the sunrise?
No.
What?
I saw the sunrise. Oh, cable car.
Cable car?
Yes, there's this cable car from the bottom of the mountain, and they took us to the halfway.
Ah.
Sorry, in the mountain, and we climbed from there because from there the road was all repaired, and so it's more safer. It's safer for us to climb on there. So when we hit the middle of the mountain, we saw the sunrise. All right, we didn't see it at the top of it,
Oh.
but when we climbing on it, just actually a couple years back, the day we were climbing, it was a cloudy day. It was cloudy, but we got to see the sunrise because at the crack of dawn it's not so since the cloud isn't so thick. So we still saw the famous sunrise, but while we're climbing, the cloud is getting thicker because the sky was cloudy then. So when we were at the top of the mountains and we saw this spectacular view, even though we haven't got to see the sunrise, we got to see the sea of clouds. Yeah, so when you look down, you can't see anything below. You just can't see the whole.
Can you see those buildings?
Buildings? There's no buildings on.
Just the cloud.
Yeah, just cloud and mountains within it. So it looks like a painting. It looks very beautiful. Yeah, you should go there someday. Seriously.
I will.
However, the famous tree.
Famous tree.
Yeah, 迎客松
哦啊，迎客松是黄色的吗？
就是黄山。
我妈呀！
对。
它是不是那种矮矮的，看着像那种？
No, you see when we see that tree on the textbook, when we were in primary school or middle school in the book, we saw this like this huge tree, like it's very it's a huge thing. It looks very spectacular, but the real thing was actually the real tree was basically lower than my height. I'm it's kind of awkward. And you can see this tree is very old, it's going to die. I don't know if it's still there or it has died already, I don't know. But I haven't been there for many years. The reason why I don't want to be there, not only because the environment there, I don't like the environment there. I don't really prefer the food there. But some people like it, some people don't. Just my own appetite. I don't like it.
Food.
Yeah.
So what's the food?
The food is they're not eating spicy food.
Oh.
They're not like eating like very I don't know. Their foods just taste very weird to me. It's I don't know how to describe it. Maybe it was because of the dining room we picked, the restaurant we picked. Maybe we picked the wrong restaurant. That's possible. But I was there for almost 2 weeks, and there's none of those restaurants just fit my bill. It just all tastes very weird. I don't know how to. I don't know why.
I'm curious.
Why?
Is there many restaurants or hotels on the top of the mountain?
Yeah, there's hotels and restaurants, and that tastes terrible.
What?
That's the most hated food I've ever ate in my entire life. The food I had at the top of the Yellow Mountain. Seriously. Because you see all this food, the rice and the vegetables, you can get them on the top of the mountain. That costs a lot of money, right? So they bring a lot once, all right? They bring a lot one time, and just maybe they do this move 3 or 6 months. They just maybe they do once or twice per year. That's how it is. So the food is all rotten, rotten. 都是，其实就是他们的食物其实都像就有点腐败的那种意思。Used to tell the story is that's basically the same meaning. There's a rice. The rice, I can see the black point on the rice. Can you understand how terrible that is? And so they didn't even cook. I think they didn't even cook the rice. The rice was basically raw. That was terrible. I give it another chance. I'd rather shoot myself to eat to have a lunch on Yellow Mountain. That's how terrible it is. But of course, we didn't stay in the hotel in Yellow Mountain. But I guess that's also very hideous. So you can imagine that. It's a traveling place. That's how it is. But if you're going to travel in here, well, most of the hotels, I mean, like real hotels, are actually pretty good. I'm not talking the examples that I take, the hotels I said on the top of the Yellow Mountain. That was not like everywhere. It's just there. That's how it is. So if you are going to Yellow Mountain, don't stay the night on the top of the Yellow Mountain. You don't know what will happen.
What will happen?
Well, besides terrible food and terrible room, I guess there's a chance to get robbed.
What?
Robbed. 抢劫，会被抢的。
不会吧？
有这种可能性，因为我看见，because I saw this, because I saw the locks, in the hotel. I think it's not stable. Can't rely on that. That's how it is. So I've been there, and I believe I've been somewhere else, like the famous waterfall. It was being called the biggest waterfall in Asia.
Asian.
Yeah.
Asia.
就是亚洲最大的那个黄果树瀑布。
什么黄果树？
黄果树瀑布你不知道吗？
不知道呀。
黄果树瀑布就是你看过老板的休息没有？
看过。
老板休息，他中间不是那个开头的时候有一段就是四人走过一个那个瀑布的那个场景吗？就是那个就是黄果树瀑布。
那是不是在连云港？
那个在贵州。
贵州。
对。
那不远。
This is that place, Guizhou, that place, terrible memory actually. Because, alright, the reason why it is a beautiful place, alright, people there are all very good, very kind. What really got me was the food. The way I looked, I don't really eat spicy food.
Alright.
It's alright. One reason of it is because of the appetite. But on the other hand, there's another reason for it. Was because like some biology things, I just don't get used to them because I'm living here. So the food system in here was more gentle than spicy. You understand what I'm saying? So I have this memory very deeply. The day before we went to see the waterfall, uh, we actually went out for dinner that night. So here comes the funny part. We in Jiangsu, in this place, we mostly hold our weddings in noon.
What?
In the noon，我们基本上是中午是办婚礼嘛，对不对？就这边中午是办婚礼的。
中午办婚礼？
对对对，你在这边参加过婚礼没有？
没有。
没有对吧？就江苏这边是中午办婚礼，but in 贵州things get a little bit different because they have their weddings at night.
Oh.
So the time we were about to having dinner is the time they got married. It's weird. It's really different from what it's like in here. So we went to this famous restaurant. I don't remember the name of it and the name of it. But they were holding a wedding. So the owner of this, the owner of the restaurant said, "Oh, you can cut in, all right, but you have to eat the same food as them, and you have to pay for this desk, this table yourself." So we agreed because we want to try some local food, like local food. What's the point to travel around if you all eating the same thing, right? If you are eating KFC in one place and go to another place and still eating KFC, there's no point at all traveling. So a part of the traveling to us is to me basically is to try the local food, what's their appetite like. So that's what I do, and then. Yeah, I think I broke my neck. All right. Anyway, so we order the same food, and we have have the whole table, and we start eating. None of them are not spicy. They're all very spicy, and they're not like terribly bad. They're actually very delicious, but because of it, because it's spicy. I've never ate so many spicy food in my entire life before that night. All right, so what happened to me is my stomach just couldn't deal with it. My stomach is getting this weird sound, and I'm going to the bathroom all the time. While I'm going to the bathroom, my nose started to bleed. Can you believe that? I hold the paper in my hand. I don't know which hole I should wash. One of the most terrible experience I've ever had. So I guess from that day on, except for business travel, I will never lay my finger on that place anymore. That is one thing. And the next day, we went to see the famous waterfall. It was actually in August, so it was like it's a time the tides were rising, so the water was absolutely, they got a lot of water. It's how I call it in English. I don't really remember. Just those couple of months, the water in the river and the waterfall is getting a lot more than normal days. 汛期
就是涨潮了吗？
对，就是这个意思。And then we saw this waterfall in a distance, And we disappointingly found out that this window is not as spectacular as we thought. It's because, in the distance, it's actually, you didn't get to see a lot of this. And there are so many people, it was rainy, and so afterwards, it's a very not so good experience to me. So you travel a lot of places, and your favorite place is still your hometown. Is that correct? I can say my favorite. My favorite, I think, is Shanghai, because that's the only place I can still push like physical CDs. I love physical CDs, and there's no much left in China. I couldn't find it here, I couldn't find it back in home, but I can find it in Shanghai. And Shanghai's, their food are actually very good.
Food.
Yeah, see, they have they have many kinds of special snacks.
And
Seriously, they have those local snacks. You couldn't buy it in anywhere else except in Shanghai. It's some sort of biscuits or something. It's worth trying. You can find this thing very easily because when you go to Shanghai, you will sell it everywhere because it's a specialty in Shanghai. You can't buy it anywhere else. But if you want to buy the real one, like the real hardcore, most famous one, then you should go to a very specific place, which I can't remember where it is. Because I didn't find it anyway. So Shanghai is, like I said, if you saw the videos that I made in the morning and yesterday, you gotta see, you might know that, in my opinion, Shanghai is the economy center of China. So as the economy center of China, you can basically buy anything you need in that big city. Any brand, anything, from any country even, you can get it in Shanghai. So to me, Shanghai is my favorite city. But I will never live in Shanghai. It stressed me out. It stressed me. You've been to Shanghai, right? Have you ever took a subway?
Yes.
Subway on 7 a.m.
Crowded, right?
No, 7 a.m. in the morning. Taking a subway on a weekday, on Monday, on 7 a.m. in the morning. Have you ever done that before?
7.
Yeah.
7.
就是礼拜一早上7点钟的时候去坐地铁，你坐过没有？
不记得。
Alright, I did. I remember it very clearly. Alright, that was basically the Comic Con in China. We call it China Joy. Some of you might heard of it. It's like a Comic Con, but it's not as famous and spectacular as the Comic Con. China Joy, we went there once. So that year, 2 years ago, 2017, we were living outside the main statement of Shanghai. We lived the part that was outside Shanghai. And so we need to take the subway very early, 6 a.m. So when we stepped on the subway, when we got on the subway, there's no so many people on the subway. So we got to seat. We got a seat.
I think it's not just on Sunday. Oh no, Sunday. Monday morning.
Yeah, it basically like
every time.
No, the environment, the whole situation is different. During weekdays and during Sundays. So when when the subway goes by, it goes through the whole city. More and more people get in, and sooner, just maybe 2 or 3 stops later, the whole subway was full, it was crowded, full of people. Everyone was holding on the roof and trying to just be stable. Everybody look down at their phones. So I have this feeling, that this weird, creepy feelings I can't describe, but I feel very unsafe. And then I got out, so, then I finally realized that there's at least hundreds of people in the subway. In the long, giant thing, there's hundreds of them. But none of them were making any noise. It was so quiet. It's weird. And then I realized, that's the stress of living in Shanghai. For real. Have you ever been to Shanghai? If you ever been to Shanghai, then you know that all the people in the city, there's no man walking slowly in that city. In Shanghai, everyone's running very fast, so it's always too heavy to get to another country.
Yes.
Another place, that's an appointment, things like that. So it really stressed me out. I just stayed there for about a few days. I'm already stressed out. I can't even imagine how would I be if I lived in Shanghai. So even though that's my favorite city in China, I don't want to live in there. I don't want to have a life in there. It's just too much stress, and the things are too expensive there. I don't think I can afford it. I come from middle class, middle class family, maybe a little bit lower. That's not what I can afford for. That's how it is. So, what do you like? Any other places you were traveling? Or you always like your hometown? Are you going back? I mean, you're working here now.
Not sure.
You're not sure? So you don't have.
But I think Jiangsu is a good place to.
So, do you have a vision to bring your parents here?
Maybe in the future.
Maybe in the future, huh? You see, the funny thing is, I'm actually thinking of going back.
Back to Changzhou.
Yeah.
But this still I just not a problem.
Yeah. But this place, thing is, I just started to live on my own just about 2 weeks ago. So to me, I just don't really get used to this. I don't really like it.
You mean you want to stay with your family?
Yeah, I want to stay with my family. I'm not like living with my parents or something. I got houses. I got facility. Real estate. Real industry. I got houses back in my hometown. So I got a place to stay. I do not necessarily to live with my parents, all right, but I want to stick with my family. I want to see my grandparents every week. That's how it is. I got one of my relatives passed away early this year.
What? Who?
My grandma, my grandma's brother.
Your grandma's father.
Yeah.
So much.
My father's uncle.
Oh.
Yeah, my father. I don't know how to call it in English. It's also like grandpa or something, but I call him uncle somehow.
Are you close to him?
I'm not very close to him. He was. I see him. I saw him I saw him every year, but only during New Year, or the time we were going down to the country to see my grandma. He lives in the same village with my grandma, so we just by the way go there and check him out, things like that. Cancer in the throat. And the last, he was told that he got cancer in last November, I believe. And then 4 or 5 months later, in February, during the Chinese New Year, me and my parents went to see him. I almost couldn't recognize him. He was getting so sick. Uh, he was almost like this, like bones, everything. Because of the specialty of this cancer, this cancer was in his throat, so he can't really eat anything. He can speak, of course, but he can't eat anything.
But how can
So,
survive?
so he has this straw put into his stomach, and every day they just have this food gathers and just push them right into his. I was almost getting very, I told you that I'm 23 years old now, I'm a grown up man. I was almost freaked out. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I remember how he was before this disease. Then for all of a sudden, he just become like that. And he couldn't move. He couldn't really, like, walking around. So he spending his whole days sitting in a chair. So his feet and his hands slowly losing strength. And he actually showed me the stool that put into his stomach. It looks just
管吗？
对，就是食道管插到胃里，就每天就把营养液从里面打进去。
那
It is very scary。
胃是不是泡的空气的？
没有，它是开一个口嘛，然后管子插进去之后它是密封的呀，就这样，它是有一个管子从里面出来，然后把这个管子接上去，是这样子。It's very terrible. Then, just about 2 weeks after we visited him, he passed away. He died. He was almost cured, but cancer, the curity procedures of cancer, progress of cancer, it can cause a lot of different kind of disease. And one of them is bleeding inside. So he just got this, and his heart is almost stopped beating. And so doctor said he can't really carry to the emergency saving him because he doesn't really get any real food in him. So his bone was getting very cranky. When he just pushed it, it would break and step into his lung. So nothing they can do, so he just died. So to me, it's a big shock because I knew him once, even though I was not very close to him, but I saw him just before he died. So can you imagine the shock it caused me? So I think I should really just have a sensible heart and just try to be with my family for as long as possible. You see, I couldn't imagine what his son might feel. He has a terrible, like, tragedy family, actually. Almost like 10 years ago, I believe that was 9 or 10 years ago. So his son was preparing to get married. So my uncle who had died, his son was getting married. Then, just about 4 or 3 days before his marriage, his mother died. Car crash. The car crashed on his body, and someone said there's a policeman who tried to recruit the body. So it's nothing to recruit, it's crashed out. So wedding day is becoming a funeral. It's terrible, and now he loses his father just 9 years. I couldn't even imagine. He was like almost 40 years old, that guy. I couldn't even imagine that. I couldn't imagine that when I'm near my 40 years old, I lose both my parents. I can't. Just simply drive me mad. So I think I should go back somehow. And of course, I'm realistic. I couldn't do anything here. I'm not technically good at anything. So I couldn't really feed myself. It just depends on my family. Even though I'm working now, but I do still depends on my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is. Do you really depend on parents?
No.
No, you feeding yourself now? Yes, that's right. I think that's very incredible. Yeah, that's great. All right, let's talk about some easier topic. Do you know about traveling? If you do you have any dream cities that you want to go to?
Dream.
Yeah, like, is there any city or any place you always wanted to be? Do you?
Dream. Maybe.
Where?
啊，
Where？
玉米。
就你有没有就哪个就是一直很想去的一个地方？梦想中的城市或者什么？
城市。
你有吗？
I want to go to Shanghai before, but now I'm changing my mind.
Yeah, you've been Shanghai before.
Yeah.
So
now maybe just stay at Guangzhou and find a good job.
yeah, but you misunderstood my sentence.
What's your sentence?
So you don't have a dream city or anywhere you really want to be at this moment. You just want to stay here, right?
Yes.
Right. Do you know how conversation ends? This is how it ends.
Hmm?
Do you know how conversation really ends? This is how you end a conversation. Do you have? No, I do not. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Then I'll do it. All right. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I actually have a dream city. I do. Mine is New York City.
What?
New York City.
Oh, New York City.
Yeah, United States, New York City. Maybe Las Vegas, but
A lot of people want to go to New York City, but
yeah, the New York City, the dream city. We've been seeing this city in the movies so many times. Manhattan. Who doesn't like the schedule, right? I love the schedule, the Emperor Building, everything. I really want to see it by myself. Maybe I will get a chance somehow. Maybe this summer or maybe next summer. I don't know. I didn't have a passport yet, so, so I think it's a little bit too early to talk about it.
you can travel to.
Yeah, but I still need a passport. I need to get a visa so I can go to the United States, right? Or just immigrant, but that's not how it is. So what is your daily life?
Daily life.
Yeah. How's your routine of your daily life?
I think every day is same.
Yeah, every day is same exactly, but what exactly you do every day?
Every day.
Yeah.
Eating, watch TV.
Really? Your life is so boring. How
Yes.
it is?
Like,
Jesus, why is it so boring? You gotta do something.
like what?
You just be more specific, all right? You just memorize it. Oh, eating, watching TV. What kind of food you eating then? What kind of TV you watching these days? I mean, there must be a specific, standards for you to follow to do your daily routine, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, then just tell something about it. I mean, it's not. I think it's not very difficult things to do, right?
Yes,
Just do it, come on.
You mean what I eat or
Yeah, well, what do you eat this noon? What do you eat for lunch?
for lunch?
No,
Eating outside,
let's start with breakfast. What do you eat for breakfast?
right? First,
Yeah,
just drink milk.
yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
boring.
No, because no. There's a reason behind it. All right. First of all, because I'm lazy. Yeah. First of all, because I'm lazy, and second, because I had a bad night. I had a terrible night last night. I had bad dreams, and so I barely sleep last night. So what? I had bad dreams. Come on.
Oh
So I woke up and the dog is started wolfing. The dog
no, dog.
started screaming now because I woke up and made noise and woke him up.
Do you feed the dog?
Technically, I don't really need to feed the dog because that was not my job. The food for him was not in my room. All right, but this dog was particularly smart. All right. So there are three guys living in the same house. Each of them have different rooms, right? So I live in one, and the other two live in different rooms. And this dog he likes eating ham,
Ham.
火腿，火腿，火腿肠，他喜欢吃东西。So, each of us will have different routine every day. Like one of them will leave at 6 or 5 a.m. and come back in 5 or 6 p.m. And the other one was leaving at like 8 a.m. and come back at 7 or 9 a.m. at 9 p.m. My routine is leaving 4:30 p.m. and go back in 9 p.m. Things like that. So everyone has different routines. So that makes everyone's time to get home was different. Alright, this dog he begs for ham to everyone because we have different routines, and we all feed him ham. So he will not eat his own dog food.
I want to feed a dog.
You are not. He's a really pain in the ass actually. No, but it's kind of a cutie one actually. Yeah, it's very. I thought it was stupid. It turns out it's pretty smart actually. But but he was extremely like he's very he's afraid of a lot of things because once he was being kidnapped. He was once being kidnapped. 有次被拐走过，被人抱走过，然后那个后来自己又回来了，
怎么回的？
因为那个人把那个抱走的人怕主人报警嘛，就放回来了。And that's so he's basically afraid of strangers and he screams to everything that he's afraid of. When I woke up, I was surprisingly, I had a bad dream. I woke up at 2 a.m. and tried to get some water, and he heard it and started screaming. Then, so I had a terrible night. So I didn't really have my breakfast. What did you have for lunch? I heard you went outside and eat for lunch.
Chicken.
Chicken?
Chicken and rice.
Yeah, it's really boring actually. All right. So what kind of TV show you're watching these days? A Chinese TV show?
No, Chinese TV show.
Oh,
But I don't know the.
English name. Maybe it doesn't have an English name.
嗯，
你告诉我它中文名叫什么？
中文名叫 叫什么来着？
都挺好。
读什么来着？哦，没有。
All right.
嗯，
All right.
反正你看电视剧吗？
Yeah, I watch it from time to time. I have Netflix subscription,
嗯
so basically I watch the shows on Netflix. Netflix,
哦，
网飞。
他们那个。
对。
哦。
So these days I'm watching. I finished watching Afterlife. If anyone interested, check that out. Afterlife is a really good show on Netflix. And now I'm watching Love, Death, and Robots. It's an animated TV series with 18 different short stories. It's absolutely stunning. It was incredible. Everyone should watch it. And of course, I watch Japanese animations. Now I'm watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. I'm watching the third part and the fifth part. The third part is Stardust Crusaders, and the fifth part is Golden Wind. They're all very good animations. If anyone got interested, should check that out. All right. Daily routine. I think mine is a little bit more interesting than yours because I smoke. No, just joking, just joking. I had milk for breakfast, and yeah, I had what? I had burgers. I went to Burger King's for lunch. Not that I want to, not that I want to, because
You just don't know.
because the noodle stores that wanted to go, there are 4 people. I thought they made me wait a long time. I don't really have so much time, so I just went to Burger King because there are less people there. In the evening, I actually order takeout after work. So that was like 8:30, and the takeout most of the time will deliver at 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yeah, I don't care. So you care, right?
Yeah.
So I had my dinners and maybe I play some video games and I go to bed. Yeah, because it's actually, I'm not saying that it's a pretty hard work to do that we were doing here, but I got very tired basically every day. I don't know why, maybe it's because I'm lack of exercise. Yeah, that's maybe basically why. So, oh no, we've been doing this for how long? 1 hour or so?
这个有时间限制吗？
没有。
不可能去个厕所。
Yeah, you can go.
Okay.
Still there.
你先慢慢讲。
You see, I think I got better picture in here. You see, the picture is actually pretty good in here, and it's getting blurry. I don't know why. So it really looks like I'm a teacher or something. So there's a good background in here. Maybe I should do some movie reviews in here. I just got very nervous, you know. I guess someone have watched it. I don't know who. I know no one's watching this, but I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much. Let's talk about something later. Talk about the festivals we have in here. You know, we have Chinese New Year basically everywhere in China, but the tradition to during Chinese New Year, actually there are many differences between them, between different cultures. Even sometimes they even have different date to have Chinese New Year, but we'll talk about it later. Um, Generally, what took us so long? I mean, I've been waiting here for 20 seconds? I don't know. Yeah, somebody can make money, when they do the live stream while they're sleeping. I don't know how to do it, but yeah.
我回来啦，
Mm.
我们来讲话题。
So, welcome back. Let's talk about something else. What do you want to talk about? YouTube now. I mean, I've already bring enough topics now. It's time for you to know one or two.
Topic. Let me see. 平时都聊些什么？我有点想不出来了。
我们平时聊的东西都比较上不了台面。
上不了台面，那来台面。
Yeah, sometimes we just talk very dark perspective,
他说他要让我们讨论一些关
positive
于
things, yeah.
China
Chinese
education.
education? What is education?
What? Maybe.
Festivals?
Oh, yeah, you can talk about festivals.
Alright, so we live in China, right? So the culture of China is unbelievably deep, have different deep meanings, and it was incredible. So we have many traditional
Festivals.
festivals in here.
Mm.
Name your favorite.
What?
Name your favorite.
Favorite?
Yeah. Which one would you enjoy first?
Of
Enjoy
course,
the most?
the Spring Festival.
Spring Festival, Chinese Spring Festival?
Yeah, like
Yeah, Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
And why is that? Why is that?
Because everyone will celebrate the festival that day.
Yeah,
Everyone
Yeah.
happy.
yeah, but that's why children like Spring Festival.
Because they can.
Yes, they can get money, of course, it can be.
That's the most important reason.
No, that's the most important reason for us.
Yeah.
To them, money
For
doesn't,
children.
for children, money doesn't mean anything. So I think most of the kids don't really realize the meaning of money, I guess. I think, because you see, when they're kids, their world's view was just so limited, so narrow, right? So vision they had for this world is just video games and toys.
Toys.
Do you know how? Yeah, I think that's. But I guess every Chinese favorite traditional festival, I guess mostly will be Chinese New Year Spring Festival.
Yes.
But there must be something different. There could be different reasons of why people love Spring Festival.
So what's your opinion?
Me? All right. So according to my family tradition, I can still get my pocket money, red pocket, until I got married.
What?
Yeah. So even though I'm 23, I still can get a red pocket. That's how it is.
You're lucky.
Yeah. Some families, when you start working,
Mm-hmm.
so we start giving you
The red pocket.
red pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But my family is when you get married. So, but of course, if you get married and you have kids, then you still can get it because that's for your kids now.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, getting money is still one of the most important reasons why I love Chinese New Year Spring Festival. So, do any audience who's watching this who have this special festival in your hometown will that your relatives gonna give you money? Is there any? I don't know. According to my experience, the only festivals that I know that my relatives gonna give me money is Spring Festival. That's the truth, man. That's how it is. That's the truth. So this is still one of the most important reasons why I like Chinese Spring Festival. But more importantly, that's basically the only time that my family can get reunion, like get it together. And the family I'm talking about is now like me and my parents. My grandparents, my mother's side grandparents. Uh, they have they have they have three daughters, and that makes like total 11 person of the whole family. And my biggest cousin, who's 27 years old this year, had had has a wife and a daughter, so that makes 13 person. That's my big family. Me, I was studying, and then my life was basically here in Nantong. And my second aunt, my my mother's second old sister, he's in Xi'an. She's in Xi'an, like doing all these kind of works. My big cousin, my biggest cousin, oldest cousin, he's in Changzhou, in different part of Changzhou, working in the government. So it's very hard for the family to like get together, reunion together. It is very hard. So the other reason for me is we can get I really enjoy these family times. You know, we all sit on the same table, having beer or red wine, Coke, cola. So these things, and we have dinners, talk about different things. I think the most that's the happiest time that I can ever imagine do the whole year. I actually value my family. All right, there's a Godfather. The Godfather. There's a line. There's a screenwrite. He said, if a man doesn't take care of his family, then he's not a real man. So by that position, I think I'm a family man. Yes, that's my two reasons of loving Chinese festivals. But as well as Chinese festivals, we still have many different traditional festivals. Of course, Chinese New Year is the most famous one, but we also have Mid Autumn Festival, which in theory you should go back and reunion with your family and have mooncakes. Yeah. But nowadays we only have mooncakes. We already go back. School doesn't let us. When I was in school doesn't let us, and I'm working, so that's out of the question now. That's how it is. So And
Join.
that's basically the same method. Most of the festivals, we just having holidays, which I do not really have right now, but I think everything is getting better. Are we on the topics now? It's getting weird. What time is it? Oh, I think we got 3 hours, hours left. How can we do that? It's really creepy. Come on. It's getting weird.
这个要聊多久？
I don't know. He didn't see that. He didn't really see any of it.
哦，
Seriously,
所以第一点赞了吗？这个是。
I think we should take a break and continue a little bit later.
Do you have a tissue?
I do not seriously.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, our weekends in here, we're not technically resting. I mean, you're resting, I'm not. I'm technically working here. You're not outside. Your work was supposed to be outside, right? Yeah. So you're technically resting. I'm working. You didn't really talk much. I do all the talking.
Okay.
It's
Keep
almost
talking.
It's almost killed my throat.
And
Can you hear?
honestly,
No. Can you
listen.
tell me? Can you hear the changes in my throat? I'm almost. Can you use?
Sorry.
No, that's the job.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to compare them on it.
Mhm.
It just getting very awkward. Right? It should be never end, she said. Yeah, let's just bring our imagination and think of something else. But normally, a conversation like this is supposed to be end. Like, when you're out of topics, or you get really tired, or you just can't talk anymore, you should end the conversation and start smoking. No, just kidding. I'm not trying to do any of it.
Oh,
You see, it's only 5 in the afternoon. I am already looking forward to dinner.
you hungry?
I'm a little bit, yeah. Why not? Hungry.
Oh,
You're not hungry?
I,
Why not? You should be hungry. Come on.
what?
I don't know. You raise a chicken this night.
Oh,
Who sent you a message? Your boyfriend?
maybe Tanya.
Tanya?
Oh,
谁啊？
广东。
啊？
18号前，Why？
什么的？
这边怎么没有啊？
不要我手机啊，天啊！
嗯，
要我手机啊？
那你说，这扯远了，咱们聊点
I couldn't. Just
聊点什么呢？想不起来，真的想不起来，感觉聊完了已经。
So you've been at home for 3 or 4 years now, right? Have you ever hang out with your friend in here?
What?
Have you ever hang out with your friend in here?
Of course.
So where did you go?
You mean another
Where
one?
did you? Yeah.
Like just shopping.
Shopping? So
Mm.
you're going all the shopping mall. From one
Mm.
shopping mall to another shopping mall. Is that it? You do have a boring life, do you? You went to shopping mall to even buy things?
Of course.
What did you buy?
Clothes,
Clothes?
decoration.
For real? Decoration?
Or some,
Makeups?
yes.
For real? I don't trust you. I don't feel like you're the type of person that going to shopping mall to buy something.
Why?
You're more like the kind of boring ass people going to shopping mall and waving around and come out.
You don't know about me because you never shopping with me.
Yeah.
So,
I don't really shopping. I don't do shopping. I went to shopping mall to experience the AR.
what?
Yeah, because before I left the school, of course I don't live in the school anymore. Before I left the school, there's no AR in my room. What are you watching? There's no AR in my room, and till in the summer it's just so hot. It's basically you can't stand it. You can't stand about it. You can't do it. So that was I was having a terrible mood because of it. We don't have AR, and so the night was so hot I couldn't sleep. So when I get the chance, I always go to I always go to the shopping mall and experience the AR and buy a Coca-Cola or something and drink it. That's my one taste, a touch of the real life.
So you just go to the shopping mall by yourself?
Yeah, most of the time because
Okay.
hey, but of course I've left the school now, so I'm going shopping more for shopping now. But I don't really I don't really walk around and compare it. I just grab whatever I see, also whatever I need, and just go out. I don't really want to stay in there. It's no point in staying there. You can't afford everything. I mean, you can afford some of it, but you can't afford everything. So what's the point of moving around? It doesn't have any. It doesn't have any. It doesn't make any sense to me. That's it. So, shopping mall. Is there anything else? Is going to shopping malls in all these 3-4 years? Nothing else?
Shoes.
Shoes? But that's basically the same thing.
Yes. Just
But that's basically the same thing.
yes, but
But so what's the difference? You tell me.
shopping. So what do you think you can buy?
You can still find shoe store in shopping mall.
For example,
你在购物商场里面也可以找到鞋店的呀。
你找鞋店干嘛？
一般买你不是说鞋的吗？
对啊，买鞋啊，买鞋店干嘛？没有鞋啊，鞋店本来就有鞋店啊。
不是鞋店，店铺的店，
哦，
卖鞋的店，什么东西？
我是鞋店。
是我说 shoe store，
哦，
对不对？
那不就是鞋店吗？
是啊，
逛商场不就是那些吗？鞋店、衣服啊。
那你不还是逛商场啊？
对啊，那你想逛些什么呀？说说你特别想逛的地方。
No, I was expecting you can see something, somewhere interesting. So if anyone want to come in here, see the video, had a clear idea that where to go to have fun. Let me think. It's actually such a shame because I've been taking school, going to school in this place for 3 or 4 years now, and I don't really have any ideas what's interesting places in here. Alright. I didn't want to wolf you. I was told that was a very beautiful place, but I've never been there.
哦，你们去过那个狼山好不好？
我确实没去过，我跟你说嘛，我去了，我跟你说我没去过。
哦，那个呢？那个太阳王国去过吗？
没有。
没有。
I didn't really go anywhere. In the weekends I just sleep, for half of the day and get up, play video games. So that's how boring my life is. Seriously, like we can talk about movies all day, but I think that's how I slowly losing touch with reality. You know, I don't feel like I'm in the reality anymore. Sometimes I just feel I'm about vanished. Kind of stupid. I was starting feeling like I'm drunk, you know, because I talk so much. I couldn't. I think I'm having illusion. I have illusion. Seriously, I can't tell if you're real or not.
Not.
Yeah, basically, possibly real because if you're not real, I can't see you in the camera. Right? So yeah, you see, I've never done this webcam before. I was trying to be like a gamer, game streamer. Yeah,
What's that?
yeah, stream my game.
Huh?
Just stream the process of me gaming. 就是直播玩游戏，我有这个想法。But I'm just terrible at playing games, even though I love playing games. But I'm not very good at it. But I think it's not a complex because there's no rule says, oh, you can't play video games because you're not good at it. So I think I still can play video games, but I'm not good enough to stream it. So this is actually a brand new experience for me. To be fair. Yeah. But I do go to one of these KTVs in Nanton. It's
Oh,
yeah.
I have been to
Really?
KTV with my friends. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
It really pisses me off. I just can you always find the song you want to sing in KTV?
The song?
Yeah. Can you always find them?
Not really.
But most of them you can find them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But me on the other hand, my circumstances is kind of different.
But if you can find the song, you can use
No,
a mobile phone. You can.
No, there's nothing there.
You can download it.
Download it doesn't work. No, I tried.
It works for us.
You see, because what I'm saying here, I listen to American songs, foreign songs, English songs. So I listen a lot of Drake and Eminem, so it's rap, so it's rappers. So the latest music are basically, see, the KTV just don't include these things. So it's very hard for me to find. So I can only sing old songs.
Okay, sing for us now.
I can't. My throat is almost died.
Alright.
I love jazz music. You know. I
Jazz.
love
Oh,
this.
Tanya makes jazz.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't know she doesn't know anything about
这学期的
jazz.
来着。Jazz.
I knew her. She doesn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I'm not like into jazz music. I just listen to them from time to time to relax myself. Music. I always thought, you know, when I was in high school, I was learning painting.
Painting.
Yeah.
Are you good at painting?
Of course I'm not. If I was good at painting, I would not be sitting here. I would be an actual genuine designer here right now. Right? I will be
Maybe
sitting
you're
here.
a great artist.
Yeah, I can like I can be a great artist in somewhere else, like writing jokes or just telling people stories. But this thing, painting is really not my thing. That's all I'm gonna say. I keep wondering, but I do love music. You know, I listen to a lot of music. I even sing from time to time. It just keep me wondering, what if I choose to learn music back in high school? Was it turn out to be better? I don't know, man. But it's all water under the bridge. There's no turning back for it. So,
By the way, your major in college is designing.
yeah, the reason why my major in college is designing is because I choose painting back in high school. So that's how it is. Oh my God, so my face is done. I'm sorry, I need to leave for a little bit to get my water. You see, let me talk to you for a little bit. Oh, get so fair.
去哪？我不懂是什么，先不关了。
我操，一个不能关，关一个关。
你不关，那我的是什么？我一个人没有说呀。
不要再拜了。
什么？啊！Oh my god. 这个看。
Is he?
你走多久？在这等了多久？
多少辈子了？
说啥？没有看说什么
I think we should talk about news that happens these days.
？News
No.
news。
There's not much to talk about actually.
Everything says.
Yeah. You come to the. Yeah. You gonna come here and give us a hand? Because we have a lot of topics. Seriously, my thought is almost died. We're-
It's almost died. Okay.
Yeah, I've been talking for this morning. Like, keep doing this.
Oh my god. It's almost 5.
Yeah.
So what were you talking about?
So, no, we're running out of topics. That's why we're all sitting to silence now.
Oh,
So,
we can talk about everything in China.
yeah, how about this? Give me a rest, you guys just start talking.
No.
All right. But let me talk a little bit less on because I'm exhausted. I can't do this anymore. I think I'm saying illusion.
Okay.
Nah. Yeah, since you're here, let's talk about movie. All right. Because I talk about movie with her. She doesn't know anything.
Question. Like in China, are Korean movies like watched in China?
No, not really.
Korean.
Korean.
Oh,
movies?
I of course Korean.
No.
Not just a movie, I mean TV show.
TV shows. What about music?
Music? Yes.
So
Do you know Big Bang?
BTS?
Huh?
BTS?
I hate them.
BTS.
Yeah.
It's
It's a boy band.
For that.
Yeah.
Like I've never listened to them, but like I have friends saying you should check out BTS, and I'm like, okay, I will.
No, maybe you should try them because they're global hit in US.
They're famous.
But I do not like them
Why not?
because their image just doesn't fit my bill, I guess. So they're looking a little bit too. Sometimes I couldn't tell if they're women or men.
Oh my god.
Yeah, from time to time. I'm not trying to say you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be the bad guy or the villain here.
Yeah, I know, but are you judging them based on their looks or their music?
Even I listened to them once, even though just a few singles, I don't like them. I mean, all right.
Your opinion, but
yeah.
if their
Just-
fans hear this, then
Yeah, I know that, but just to be clear, I listened to K-pop, right?
okay.
Not like I don't listen to K-pop music. I do.
So what band do you listen to? Like
Big Bang.
Big Bang?
Big Bang, yeah.
Oh,
So great, come on.
I don't
So-
know them.
No, yo, Big Bang, come on, since you're actually talented, I didn't like them back in the days, but now I really like them. But mostly I listen to female Korean singers,
Oh.
like Hanya, I don't know how to pronounce it, that is a really a sexy singer. I mean, her songs don't really have any
EXO.
EXO, one of the most terrible band of all time.
What?
He's so
Seriously.
negative. But
Give watch that one.
All right, just get out of here.
what about this show called F4 Boy? No, F4 Boys. Boys Over Flowers.
Boys of the flowers.
Boys Over Flowers.
Boys of the flowers.
I never heard of it.
花样
Like
的海
F4 Boys.
Oh,
就会有
that was not in Korea, I think.
no, there was a Japanese, but then there's a Korean made. But I don't know.
the
which one.
Japanese band.
No, it's a TV series, like F4 Boys, like maybe
流星花园吧，那是不是？花样
流星花园是中文吗？
流星花园是台湾、香港都拍过的，韩国也拍过，
韩国也有。
韩国也有，日本也有。
我
流星花园
流星花园，我不知道。
I think we have saw them
It's like in high school and then they're for
流星花园好吧
popular
流星
boys.
花园是讲的那个，
那肯定是流星花园，流星花园它讲的这个东西。
我没看。
I saw that, but I didn't really leave much of impressions to it because my mom was watching it.
Oh,
That's how it is. My mom loves watching TV shows. Me, my thing was more like those American TV shows. I don't really, and of course, animations. I do. Do you like animations?
Yes,
Japanese
of course.
animations. I saw. I heard you watching the Ghost. What? What's the name of it? Ghost.
Busters? Ghostbusters!
That's not a Japanese TV series, right?
Oh, you mean anime?
Yeah, anime.
We said animation. I was thinking of American animation, like Family Guy or a cartoon.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm talking about anime.
oh, okay. I One Punch Man.
Oh, One Punch Man. yeah, I saw that. That was actually very great.
This is Boys Over Flowers.
就流星花园嘛，
哦，没有。
你没看过这
And
个啊
also,
？I've seen this.
Tokyo Ghoul. Ghoul Gal, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Tokyo. What is it about? It's about. I haven't.
Let's see.
It's a Korean song.
Japanese.
Really?
Oh my god, let me show you the intro. I don't know about copyrights, like if I'm allowed to play it or not, but yeah.
Well, it doesn't make it. Don't. Don't play it. I guess I possibly know that.
It's awesome.
Seriously, try JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I've been telling Robin for days, and she just keep forgetting it.
What was
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
okay?
Try it. I mean, don't watch the first two series. Just start from the third one, because all the interesting things.
I
start from the
can't
third
just
one.
begin like in the middle. I have to watch it.
What's it? It's not really connected to each other, so each series they basically told single stories.
Oh,
The first 10 episodes, it told the story of the first book. It was based on a comic.
oh,
It's called Phantom Blood. It's the first one.
okay.
And the second one is about fighting something. I don't really remember. Second one was the first animation episode 11 to episode 22. That's the
Okay.
second one. The third one, to me, I think is the best in the series yet. It's called Stardust Crusaders.
Okay.
Alright, so
Never heard of it.
yeah, try it. It looks really good. Good. It has this fighting system. It's more like yeah. What is it?
Oh, I make a video.
Yes.
Oh, he's gonna posting it. Yeah. And then add me so I can get the photos.
Oh, sure.
Thank you. Anyway, they have this incredible fighting system. The power of their mind can be like they are shown as a human's body behind them,
Oh,
and they also fight for them. So they don't even have to fight on their own. They have special abilities.
is it a Japanese?
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen the trailer because it's like an alien, but only one kid because the rest are like evil. But one kid, only he's the alien that is within inside and helps him, right? They change your body structure?
No, I have a picture to show you here. You possibly haven't seen this because it was an old animation back in 2015, but this one. You haven't seen that, I believe you.
No.
haven't. Yeah.
就动漫吗？
Yeah. You see, this guy, this is the main character, right? His name is Kujo Jotaro.
Okay.
And this is his stand, his manpower, and he becomes like his fighting power or something. He basically lives in his body, and when he needs it, he calls him out, and he just come out and fight for this guy.
Oh.
So the stronger your manpower is, and more clear this image will be. So his stand has a name. His stand's name is Star Platinum. Each and every stand have its own name. Just check it out. Check that out. It's very brilliant.
Okay.
But this system only started from the third series of the book, and the first two they use a different series, which is a lot more boring.
Huh?
A lot more boring.
Oh.
It's not as interesting as the third one.
Have you guys, like, what does China think about Family Guy? Yeah. Because I know, like, an app called Run banned, like, Seth MacFarlane shows. It banned Family Guy, it banned The Orville. And I'm like, why? Because Family Guy is a show, it makes fun of everybody.
Yeah.
And
It
also
could be
makes fun of
offensive.
China. Yeah, it is I mean, that's Family Guy. Like,
Yes, that's how it is.
but like Run, it has South Park, but it banned Family Guy. Like, come on, guys, why?
Well, I've seen that show, but I haven't finished it, so I can just only talk about it with my own.
It's still going, like you can't just finish it. But it's an amazing show, to be honest.
I admit that it is an amazing show, but it's not a show for every Chinese. I mean,
It's just not just for Chinese. It's for a lot of people because people are very sensitive, so they get offended. Like, oh, he made fun of.
okay.
It makes fun of everything, like
Yeah, that's what they do, right?
disease,
Yes, that's what they do.
gay, and stuff. It's funny.
Yeah.
Family Guy 是做
一家之主，
什么？
一家之主
是什么电影？
是电视剧，
是哪个国家？
美国的。
哦，
Saves the day. They don't see fire, TV, and movies.
Family Guy is like some sort of physical food in China. So people who love it, they just fall in love with it, and like they're all die-hard Hong Kong fan.
Like me, I'm a diehard.
Yeah, but the people who doesn't like it, they just don't
They
like
hate
it. They hate it.
Especially
It's just
the elderly, like
Yeah, trying to be more,
they're saying it's too offensive and I don't want my kids to show, blah blah blah. But like, if you don't like it, just don't watch it.
Yeah.
Why do you have to watch it and criticize it? Like, don't watch it. Like,
Well,
Seth MacFarlane is like the best human being on earth, to be honest.
yeah, you see, he has that's his right to create this kind of things.
Yes.
Right? That when he created his work, his whatever how you put it, his masterpiece,
Yeah.
whatever it is, it will be checked out with so many different people.
Yeah.
People have their own rights to criticize it, right? So you can't just say so you can't criticize it.
I mean, everyone has a right. It's just that,
It's
like, for
necessary.
example, for example, I like, do you know the YouTuber PewDiePie? Everyone is fun, but there are some people, I know, and some people do not like PewDiePie.
Nazis, huh?
They think he's, I don't know, but it's just that they haven't got the time to watch it.
Yeah.
Like, if they watch it, it's okay, but like, if they like it, it's okay. If they don't, it's still okay. But
Yeah.
like,
You can't
You
just
just
criticize it without
over and over
reason.
for years, exactly.
Yeah.
He built himself like,
Yeah, like J.K. Rowling. So the reason why I don't like J.K. Rowling anymore.
why not? J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling, she's basically the biggest. Yeah, she's just fake. She's not like a real thing to me. I told you about it. I mean, when she was writing Harry Potter songs, she was great. All right, I still love Harry Potter till this day. All right, this book basically changed my life. I don't know why. I just love the story. Just hand me over all these terrible nights, and the worst time in my life, I read Harry Potter. So I have to admit that she's a good writer. However, her perspective to some certain things keep changing during the years,
Like what?
like feminism, like his perspective to homosexual. Do you know that
I mean, I don't think it changed, it's just
it's
talking about it on social media.
and of course her perspective to PewDiePie. She doesn't know what it means, or what is
And
really is.
people who criticize PewDiePie is just, they're reading things off of like blogs written about it or YouTube videos made about PewDiePie. He's a funny guy, he's very sarcastic,
Yeah, and
we
he
love what he
mistakes
does.
as well. So that's how it is.
Like people, it's mostly people that don't like him are people who haven't seen his, videos.
Yeah,
Like the same with Shane Dawson.
I think it's a right to criticize people. So action who give you this right is to watch the whole thing.
Exactly, watch
That's how it is.
everything.
Yeah. If you want to judge people, judge someone, you have to have a fully understanding of the background of these people. So you
Exactly.
can be fair. That's how it is. That's why I don't like you, right. That's,
I mean, I like her a lot, but for me, the best writer in this world would be J.R.R. Tolkien, because I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and it's one of the best books and movies out there.
Is
And
that,
the Hobbit books,
is
but
that
not
very, is that very embarrassing as a movie fan and a reader and a big reader of this famous book? I've never seen Lord of the Rings in movie or the books. Would that be very embarrassing?
It's not embarrassing. There are a lot of people who haven't seen it, but I would suggest that you do,
All right,
and then you can see how creative he is.
all right.
Do you know Beowulf?
Beowulf. I heard of it.
Okay, then-
Oh,
right?
okay.
Okay, so there was a book, and then you have
Well,
Hermione and Ron, so things like that.
you see, I think this is a big difference because J.K. Rowling, after many years, claims that Dumbledore was actually gay.
Yeah, she has been treating lots of things, but in
Yeah.
my opinion, I think she's being sarcastic.
No, she actually said.
Of course, she did point out that Dumbledore is gay, and she tweeted lots of things about each character. I mean, like, it's been years now. Like, we're over Harry Potter. Like, we're not over it, but like, she's bringing up new things into the Harry Potter world. Like, she's just like surprising us. Like, the old fans were like, "Oh, what? Okay, I did not know that. Thanks, J.K. Rowling. Now I saw your tweet." But
To me, I
It's
think
not
that's
important.
I think that's not the point. To me, Dumbledore shouldn't be gay. Because there's
I don't
no
mind.
signs at all in the first 6 books. I mean, she said Dumbledore was gay when the 7th book was released. So there's no signs at all that, if, of course, Dumbledore didn't marry. Have never married.
yeah, but I think she thought about the characters, and before you write about a character, you have to think about the character's background, right?
Yeah.
You're right, the background, and like you don't have to be lost in the middle. Like if I'm writing, let's say, about a character, and somebody asks me about their birthday, where they were born, like you have to think each and everything back, and you have to have a storyline for that character, but you don't need to write those backgrounds, you don't need to put that in the book.
Yeah,
Because and like, maybe within conversation, you will realize that you just put that, and I think
That's the right thing to do, but there's no signs at all in the first 6 books that Dumbledore is gay. It's all sudden like, it pop out like nowhere.
yeah, I know many fans were upset, but it doesn't make any difference whether he's gay or not, it's just that you have the books, right?
Yeah.
Like, a wizard is not gonna come and change the words that you already have the books. So, if you're a fan, you just need to read those books, and I think it's better if you avoid the the tweet,
Yeah.
because you have new information, and then it's hard to put that in, because she said Hermione, I never said Hermione was white, but she did write her white face, her white skin. And you're like, oh, wait a second. So
Did you know
every
that?
time, yeah, like in the book, it says her white skin.
White skin, and I remember the first book, the beginning of the first time they met on a train. Do you remember she described her hair?
Yeah, and
Like golden hair. I don't
No,
know
not
golden
golden.
hair, it's like brown a little bit, but it's typical white girl's hair. It's not like a black girl's hair. So what she's doing now?
I
Does
don't,
that point? Does that prove my point? She's just
I mean, with the hair, it could be any other race, to be honest.
yeah.
But she did talk about her skin, that, I mean, if she hadn't, and like you have the movies already, so you already have that image in your head
Yeah.
that, like, you draw the characters in your head, right? When
Yeah.
you're reading a book, you're lost into this world where you draw the whole characters, you imagine everything
Yeah.
according to the description.
Yeah.
And suddenly the author is like, oh no, that's not what they look like. You'd be like, okay, everything is ruined for me now. I know it doesn't make a difference, but for like hardcore fans, it does. Like for me, I mean, he's dead, but if Tolkien were just a, you know, let's say he was alive and he said,
Pretty much
you know, he said something about like one of the characters. He's like, oh no, Legolas was not blonde. You know, he had an afro and he was a black dude. I'm like, wait a second. Like, no, wait a second. I'm black myself, right? But come on, there are characters that come on, you just don't change it afterward. Yeah.
Can't mix it up.
For me, they stay the way they are. Like in Hollywood, many people are trying to push new agendas into characters, you know, that are already made. Like for example, there is this petition going on saying the Joker should be gay.
What?
Yes. Like I'm like, what?
In the comics, he had a wife. All right.
No, yeah, he had a love interest, right? But it's like you can't go on changing other characters. Instead, come up with new characters,
Yeah,
right?
that's what people should do.
Yeah,
We should just adding new stuff on the whole characters, which was have images in our head.
exactly. You don't need to change our childhood, you know, favorite villains like and superheroes. For me, the Joker is one of my favorite. Like and
Villains?
yeah.
All right.
He was one of my favorite, like one of. But people say, oh no, it doesn't make a difference, but it does because there's, you know, people like other characters connected with that character, and suddenly if you change his character, what about the connections he had? You know, like all those things, everything changed. And being a hardcore fan about some things, you don't change stuff, like create something new.
Yeah,
There's
and
always
they always very complex because you see in a comic, that famous comic, the deadly joke, you know, the cover was Joker.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
At the beginning of this pages, I mean, like the first chapter or the second chapter, it tells exactly how Joker becomes a Joker.
Well, there are like yes on that, but there doesn't affect
It's
our
my wife daughter. He says a line in the comic book. How can you say he's gay after you saw this? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It
I
doesn't.
mean, there are many gay characters, and it's not like suddenly in 2018 and 2019 you just have to have this. There has been many gay icons in the past, like characters. There has been many like different Asian, you know, black. People forgot about Blade.
Blade?
Blade, the vampires.
Oh.
He's been there for years. I mean, he's one of my favorite black superheroes. Like, if you're gonna be like dividing it racially, my favorite black superhero would be Blade.
Actually, I watched the movie.
Right? 1, 2, 3. Forget about.
I watched the second one.
No, 3. You watched the second one,
Yeah, I only watched the second one movie.
like the ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
okay.
actually pretty like it. Why is it shut down? I think it could be a very good movie series.
It
If
could,
they like.
there is a
voting or
series,
something?
but the series sucks.
Uh,
Don't even,
all right.
now they're saying that, I almost say Snape, oh my god.
Snape?
Blade. Because it's Wesley Snipes and then I taught like Harry Potter, so, Blade is joining the Marvel universe, like the Avengers, I'm not sure about that, but, he's getting old now, right? And, people are saying,
We got a Logan story like that?
his daughter,
Oh, okay. So that's exactly the Logan story.
for me, I don't know, it's just, people should stop changing, like, you've seen how Ghostbusters,
Yeah,
like, they wanted an all-women cast, right?
yeah.
And after the movie came out, it just went down. Like, see, you should have came up with something new instead of replacing old characters.
Yeah.
Just don't change things. For me, I'm staying by my favorite characters and just try not to change things.
Yeah. Do you think the political correct these days is getting more and more sensitive?
Yeah,
Especially to me, like feminism. I don't know if I pronounce the word right. Feminism.
Mhm.
All right. To me, I'm a feminist. All right. I support that. I think women should have equal rights with men. All right. I support women should be the leader of the country or the company. Well, you said if they're capable.
yeah, they should have equal opportunities.
If they got, yeah, but I do not support that you use feminism as a reason to attack men.
Mhm.
That can be done. Some people in China, not specifically in China, all right, some other countries might, well, Brie Larson can be one of them. I don't know. You know what Brie Larson said before Captain Marvel was released?
No.
He said we should have more female reporters and get rid of most of the white men reporters.
Oh,
She tweeted about it, and and guess what? So Captain Marvel was just when of course the bottle is still blowing, but
yeah.
you know the credits, it got very critical.
Yeah, see, this is the problem.
It's not it's not a very good movie afterwards.
Yeah, see, this is where people get it wrong about, especially feminism, is that because of some group of people, people misunderstood or misunderstand what feminism is.
I think someone was talking.
What is
Let me see this.
Because,
Oh, successfully connect. I couldn't see that on the other side.
alright. So what happens is that people misunderstand feminism because of some group of people. What they do is it's out of line. What some people do is just way out of line, and they're saying they're feminists and they associate themselves with people who stand for something worth it, you know, for like, because there are a lot of places in this world where child marriage is still happening, you know?
Yeah,
FGM is still happening,
Yeah.
there's bride kidnapping, they're like, oh, it's tradition, you know? There are a lot of
This should be
struggles in this
abandoned.
world. Yeah,
This is
people should fight for these things in this world. You know, people having a bad environment at their workplace because of someone above their, you know, stuff like that. But instead, there's some groups, they're like, you know, saying, oh, we hate men should be destroyed. No,
without men. It just
men
doesn't-
cannot live without women and women cannot live without men.
Yeah.
We both, see, I can't even say both genders anymore because.
Yeah. Don't be so free. Come on.
But what I mean is, okay, men and women and the others, like, you know, but we need each other to survive on this
Yeah.
planet. There's no way you can just get.
Just try arrows and
No.
you can't just using you can't just do that. Right?
Exactly.
You see, what let's talk about something easier. What is the last movie you saw in these days?
Well, what I do is I rewatch the
You
movies that
rewatched
were really, yeah. I was watching the last movie, Payback.
Payback?
Yeah.
I've never heard of it. What is that?
It's a movie in the 90s. It was,
90s?
yeah, 90s.
Whoa.
Mel Gibson.
Oh.
It's
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
my
yeah.
favorite movies. I have watched that movie
So
more
much
than
time?
20 times, probably.
Really?
Many times.
Yeah, for me, the movie is The Wolf of Wall Street. The movie is
That's a good movie.
No, the reason why I like it is not because the rated R part. It's
Based on the real.
it's no, it's nothing about business at all. It's just how he put it,
Yeah.
how Martin just organized all these stories. He put it as this actually is like a gangster crime film. If you take a look at it,
Yeah.
this is a criminal and they work like mafia. So actually, you see the saying that he was Jordan thought that his home a caretaker or something who's cleaning house for them, who's also gay. That was not. He thought that guy stole his money.
Oh.
That he just threatened him to throw over the floor or something. So it's by its own bone, it's a crime. It's a crime movie. But
Yeah.
they deal with it. It's a 3 hour long movie, like a comedy, and it works perfectly well. I don't know how they organize it. This is basically the perfect movie for me. So I watched that. Let me try to pronounce his name. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Rhapsody.
Yeah, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Why you have just such a long name?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that movie yesterday in the theater because it came out yesterday. Oh, just by the way, was that you typing was one?
No, it was Ron was telling me that, and I was like, no, that wasn't me.
So who were using them as dead?
I have no idea.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, I have no idea.
All right, then I don't know who it is anyway, but forget it. The movie was coming into the theaters these days, and I watched it yesterday. But unfortunately, it was not the original version of the movie. They cut out a lot of.
Oh.
Yeah, they cut off all the suggestions that show Freddy escape. They cut all the lines in it. So if you're not a fan, if you're not a fan of the band or Freddy himself, this movie would just cannot connect. So some important lines was cut off, some important scenes was replaced. So
Oh, no. What? Oh.
even AIDS says, when Freddy was announced that, guys, I've got it. What do you got? I got AIDS. That line was actually, you can hear that line in the original movie, which I've seen it somewhere, but in Chinese version you can't. So just say blur it. You can see his mouth was moving, but there's no sound of it. I don't know what was the meaning behind it, but they just did it. So, but it was a good movie. It has I think they have a number of drawbacks. If you watch that, you probably will agree with me. Because the storyline is a little bit too, doesn't have a consistency to it. It's like many little parts as you put it together.
I think it's because you watched it, like, the
Yeah.
cinema cut too many things
Yeah.
from, like,
Yeah, it
the
might,
audience.
it might, but just, I think, they just re-showed how they made these famous songs. Bohemian Rhapsody, and another one, Bites the Dust. We Will Rock You. These three basic songs, right? Just show how they made them and they put it together. Of course, was the last part, the famous 1985 live ad performance.
Yeah.
You know, just the last 20 minutes, you're gonna forget or even though forgive all the mistakes you made before because that's all it takes. I was watching it in normal cinema. I
Oh,
didn't watch it on IMAX because there's no IMAX for this movie because Captain Marvel is still in the theater. I saw it in the normal theater and the last 20 minutes, I can feel my chair shivering.
oh,
It's quite an experience actually. And there's no many people watching it. It's more of basically hardcore fans. So I think if you get a chance you to watch it, just try it out.
I think I will not watch it at the cinema because lots of things have been cut
Yeah,
to hide
just
the
watch the
so I'm
original
just
version.
gonna watch the original.
Yeah, I will give you the originals in there.
No, right.
That's how it is. Do you have any class this evening? I believe so. All right. So you see, we were supposed to talk about something about China.
Yeah.
You've been here for 2 years now, 2 or 3 years.
4.
What?
Yeah.
You've been here since 2015?
Yeah, 60, like as soon as we entered 2016.
Oh, so you actually earlier came in here than me because I got in here in September 2016.
Oh,
Yes, and I knew you guys in 2017. So
yeah.
well, that's quite an experience. Most of my friends came after 3 years.
People, it's just that the city, it's small, but for me, I love it. I really do.
This
Because,
place?
yeah, everything is affordable and
Oh yeah.
the corners here, it's a small place, so you can meet many of them, and then you can make great friends and stuff.
All right.
It's but for me, like I know Shanghai is like all big and everything, but for students and for people with who have a low budget, Shanghai is not really a place for you. Like cities like Nantong, it is because you can find rent cheaper, the food and everything is cheaper, hotel rooms, everything is cheaper. So, like, you go to Shanghai to see, but to live there, like, I can't live there. It's too expensive for me.
You know what? After this live stream, I'm gonna ask you a personal question about people there. But there's big advantage to living here actually.
Yeah, I know, there are more
This
opportunities
place-
than that.
Yeah, if you want to go to Shanghai, just 2 hour car trip.
Yeah.
It's very fast. I've done that drive. I've done that trip. I was not driving.
Mhm.
During one day in 2006, September, no, November 27th, 27th, yeah, I believe that is. Annalise movie, Billy Winslow Halftime Walk. It has several different playing systems,
Oh,
but the highest level one, it has 120 frames per second. Do you know what that means?
yeah,
Yeah, well, the normal film we saw is 24 frames per second, right?
okay.
The video game basically like 60 frames per second. This movie is 120 frames per second. So every move, everything you see was absolutely clearly, and there's no blur in the whole movie. However, there's only 5 cinema has the ability to play this movie in this higher level alone than was in Shanghai.
Oh,
So I get up at 6 a.m. that day. Then I took the bus, go to Shanghai, and watch the movie at 3 p.m. and come back to Nantong. That was 9 p.m. I still got a few times to get back to into the place I was living, which was closed in 10 o'clock.
Oh, no.
So I can do, that, go to Shanghai, do something, and go back on time in one day. So it's very convenient. So so if you have friends or family members to come to here, or to, have this thought, saying, I need a new opportunity, I will try China, we recommend this place to me, like this.
What
I'm not
kind of
talking about this-
opportunity are they looking for? Because, I've seen many foreigners getting into modeling or the movie industry in China. And, yeah,
Oh,
and those places are usually in Shanghai and Beijing.
yeah.
Because in Nantong, I mean, there is one, but that was a few months ago. But you know how China is, like the type of actors they want.
Okay.
I mean, traditionally, to be honest,
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah.
can't talk about it,
Okay.
but they're, so, like, I want to make a video about people, tell them the truth, what to expect when they come here. Cause,
You gonna do a video answer?
like, yeah, I want, because many people, they come here and by looking at the people talking about opportunities and stuff,
Yeah,
but those opportunities are not for all kind of people, like, it's not for everybody.
all right.
And I think some of them misunderstand that fact and they waste their money to come all the way here and then they realize they are unwanted for
Oh,
some type of jobs or opportunities. And they then, get all emotional, but somebody should talk about the way the tradition is within this country and what is seen as like the beauty standards and everything. And I think no one should be offended because each country has its own beauty standards, right?
yeah,
And people, instead of getting offended, they should understand it before they come here.
yeah, I think it's a very, rare way of thinking that you have, actually. I think it's very fair, rare and fair, actually. So, if you're making this, I want to be a part of it, no matter what it is, if I can help, you can figure out what's happening.
Yeah.
All right. So, to me, my perspective to this country, to my hometown, this homeland that I was born and raised in, actually changed the few perspective I had during these years. All right. A few years ago, I was very, I'm not like sensitive, more like angry. All right. So I saw, because I have access to other websites, things like that. So I can see different things. I have a wider version than other people in China. So I got very angry. I saw they were like doing terrible things like that. But later then, especially last year and this year, I realized something that our country was actually trying to get better. It's not like sticking in the place where it was before. So even though we're not perfect, we have room to improve, but we are doing that improvement. We're not sticking where we are. I think at least we're very safe in this country, the economy is growing. So I think we have at least all the people who live in here should have some respect to the country.
Of course.
Yeah, you can have opinions. You can have of course, you could have your disappointment if you didn't get what you want. That everybody will have. But you can't just based on these truths and telling people, oh, this country sucks. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't make any sense. You're looking on one side.
Right.
Yeah.
No, there is no perfect country.
Yes.
There's no perfect country. There's no perfect system. There's no perfect population.
Yeah.
Like wherever you go, there's always
All
the
those
good
problems.
and the bad.
Yeah.
So just focusing on the bad things and talking about that
Negative
or
energy is
social
just-
media, you have to be fair. You have to balance it out. You have to talk about the good things you've experienced,
Yeah.
and then the bad things is true. Like if you want to address the problems, you have to balance both things. You just can't focus on one thing.
You should be fair.
Yeah, you should be fair because, like, would you want, like, no one would like it if I just pointed out your flaws, right?
Yeah,
You spend the day at the spa and you have a new outfit on, and instead of saying, wow, you look beautiful today, instead of that, what if I said, oh, look at that pimple on your forehead, like you just cannot just focus on the bad things.
yeah.
Because every country, there is no perfect country, to be honest.
Yeah, if you complain, even though if a guy, the only thing this guy can do is complain that he can find drawbacks in heaven. That's how it really works.
And some people, like when moving, what they do not understand is that they have to get prepared.
Mm,
Like let's say you are traveling somewhere.
yeah,
Are you just gonna buy your ticket and get your visa and just head there, or are you gonna do some background search on that place you're going?
have to background check.
Exactly.
What if
you have to
there's
check.
cameras there?
Exactly, because there are some areas you need to avoid.
Yeah,
Every place you go,
there has to be
avoid
no
that.
shadows anyway.
Exactly, they're bad places. But if you don't research and you just happen to go to those kind of places, you're gonna have the worst experience in your life.
And
when
then
you go out.
you're gonna complain about the country.
Exactly, and you're gonna
Yeah,
talk about the fault.
yeah. You can just go to one block and say and it was being beaten by the gas and say the whole neighborhood was always bad. You can't say
Exactly. Like, to be honest, it's like the media always focuses on the negative thing.
Yeah,
Like, for example, like,
it draws people's attention.
if you're just trying, if you don't research everything, and if you're just, getting fed by what you see every day, then you don't really know, like, you don't know what you think you know.
Mhm.
Because I'm really happy because now we have YouTubers that, actually show the good parts about places,
Yeah.
or wherever they go, they travel. But if you go back and look at like shows like on TVs and the things they showed you, and then you have this YouTubers, the travel blogs that you see, then you're like, oh, I did not know that existed. And these things actually happen within Asia and within Africa, especially within Africa. What they do is they go to the worst part of the country, where there is like to the slums. They record that and say this is Africa. And when you're trying to show your country
The
to
people part.
people who are fed by that, and you're like, no, actually we live here and this place actually exists, and you'd be like, really? Is that really the
Yeah.
country? Like I'm not saying you just need to focus on I'm not saying like infrastructure and everything. I'm saying that there's always good places, positive places in every country, and there's always good culture and there's always bad culture in every country as well. There are traditions, there are good traditions that are
And
positive,
bad
and
traditions.
bad traditions.
Yeah.
There are many bad traditions that your dead ancestors told you to do that you keep doing without thinking about it because it's tradition, those things. But the more we focus on the positive, it's good. But then I'm not saying like do not talk about the negative. I'm saying balance it out, because of course if we only find solutions to problems when we're addressing the problems, right?
Yeah.
But always balance it out. You just can't go talking negative things about it. You're not fair.
Yeah. You see, what else do you want us to do? Go around what topics?
Do you have a bucket list
Okay, list?
Yeah.
No,
of things you want to do?
not really, but I have small like I have. How do I say this word? I always forget words. Come on. Purpose?
Purpose?
Let's see. Aims, target, goal. Yeah.
Goals. Oh, okay.
So I don't really have I don't really do to-do list. I will not list what I'm gonna do tomorrow before I go to sleep. But each procedure in my life have a small goal. All right. For example, during my winter holiday, because I was way behind, my graduation design was way behind because I got it too late. My driver license, about my driver
Yeah.
license, it got way too bad. So instead of have a big fishing, I started to have small goals. So in the winter holiday, my main goal was to get my driver license. So I get my driver license.
Yeah.
And nowadays, before the test, my goal was to try my best to pass the test, which I don't know the answer yet because it was not an announcement. There's no announcement yet, but I moved past it. But nowadays, from last week, my goal was more like trying to do some catch up with my graduation design, so I can graduate it on time, which is in June. And also trying to do my work a little bit better because you see, I work my ass off. He said I'm doing a lousy job. I know I'm doing a lousy job. I don't know how to really fix it. I was doing a live stream from this morning. You see, the whole morning I do two, each of them at least 35 minutes long. So 70 minutes, right?
Yeah.
In the afternoon, I do another one. That one was 35 minutes. Then I started talking to Bella. Now it's 2 hours, 31 minutes.
Whoa.
So, and before you came here, Bella didn't really talk anything. So it was me keep talking and talking. I was trying my best. I just sometimes, I'm not perfect. There's always something I just can't really do. But I'm trying my best. He aimed. He says there's a lot to talk about. To me, there's a limit to it because I didn't really experience all this thing. I didn't really hang out with friends. I don't really have too many friends in here. So now this is my two little goals. I'm trying my best to do that, but really, I think my foot is going down. I might not be able to talk tomorrow because we told you so long. That's how I understand what kind of hard work you guys are doing all day. It's just incredible. I can't even imagine that. I think I love kids, all right? I don't hate kids, but I don't have the patience to deal with kids. You know that? So I think it's a very incredible job you guys are doing, teaching kids, trying to get the knowledge in their head. I think that's really amazing. That's some kind of job I would never able to do. You see, all this by this moment, nobody actually watching this.
No, you know what would be good? Start a new live stream with a different title.
You gonna do another one?
End stream